Hi there, it's Kevin with the Rogue Market here with a video about why I like the price point of Iconic Masters. Now, yes, we are going into reprint hell for sure, as well as product hell for sure, with Wizards of the Coast just releasing so many products entering into spring and into the summer, as well as it looks like Secret Layers are not going to be slowed down anytime soon. There have already been the Thalia leaks, and there's already rumors that it's going to be a once per month thing. I've already talked about the numbers of the layers. They've been pretty stagnant now, about 40,000 units sold with these last layers, but that has been trending down comparatively speaking to the first layer. So they are losing their specialness. So I think that will be the end of layers, is eventually when the demand just isn't worth it for Wizards to go that direction. However, still very profitable for Wizards to basically reprint singles that have equity in them, and it is a scary time for Magic the Gathering, especially for things like master sets. However, I do like Iconic Masters currently for its price point. This was considered the stinker of all stinkers when it came to master sets, and Masters 25 actually sold out a lot faster than Iconic Masters, at least the price point going from distributor price upwards. Now you can't even find a Masters 25 at most distributors. I think I can still get boxes around $225 for Masters 25, but in my opinion, that is definitely not worth it, comparatively speaking to like Modern Horizons or Iconic Masters, which we'll be talking about today. So Iconic Masters is another video that's more geared towards my patrons, because we can get some Iconic Masters booster boxes for cheap this week. I actually have them up on auction. One of the things we do for our patrons is we have an auction house called Bucko's House of Booty. So if you are a patron even as low as the $2 mark, you have access to being able to bid on the auctions that I do on the Discord. So that's more incentive for you to join my Patreon. It keeps this channel 100% alive. It's allowed me to be sponsorless, are free of sponsors and all the drama that is associated with being sponsored. I don't want to go down that route again of ever being sponsored by a Magic the Gathering based company, just with all the nonsense that ensues. So anyway, Iconic Masters, let's get to the point here. So why do I like Iconic Masters? Well, check out Dawnglare. This set has just snuck up on us. I used to compare Masters 25, Iconic Masters, Ultimate Masters pretty much like weekly, monthly. But I haven't in a while. We've kind of let this channel stagnate a bit. I'm trying to revive it, as you can see. I've been posting videos pretty consistently again on the Rogue Market channel. And Iconic Masters is just slowly but surely increased in value. So it's up to about 185, and the start of February it was down to 175. So that's a decent little increase in 1 month. And it also, you can take a look at some of these cards like Mana Drain that are now up to 120 bucks a pop. I do believe that Mana Drain, right? It's in the mystery booster packs. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. But other cards like Thoughtseize and even cards like Archangel Thune, these are starting to see a lot of play in Pioneer, and so it's given this set of a lot of value. Supreme Verdict too, there's another one, based upon the Pioneer demand that I think Masters 25 just didn't see. Also, the really, really good thing about the Iconic Masters is it has that commander equity that is just really, really packed in the Mythics. So you have cards like Vorniclex, Voice of Hunger, Elish Norn, you have cards like Shieldred that have increased in value, and even cards like Obnixilis the Fallen have increased in value. This is mainly this card deck. This card actually now does see play in a modern landfall deck, which is a very interesting deck that also uses the Gitrog monster. I'll have to do a deck tech on that sometime. Very, very interesting deck. And so Obnixilis the Fallen is actually 2 of in that. So it's really allowed this set to flourish in value. Speaking of another modern card that's had a resurgence, Kiki-Jiki Mirror Breaker. And people are talking about that if Once Upon a Time gets banned, it could hurt the Kiki-Jiki deck that is running it, but it actually makes the Kiki-Jiki deck in a better position because of Primetime and the Tron getting dumbed down back to pre-Once Upon a Time levels. So I am really impressed with the outlook of Iconic Masters. It's dodged a bunch of reprints for many of these cards, so it doesn't hurt the value, where there even has been cards from like Masters 25 that have recent reprints. And yeah, it's time now where I think that these cards are going to start accruing value. If you even look down, all the way down to like, we'll take this $5 and above mark of all the cards here, And a lot of these cards are, in my opinion, well positioned to continue to go up. Cards like Runescar Demon are pretty much staples in the Commander format. You never know when like an Ancestral Vision is going to break out again in the Modern format. You have cards like Grove of the Burnwills and where's the other one here? The Horizon Canopy that I think are due to go back up in value. Horizon Canopy really shot down in value based upon that it wasn't special anymore. There's a bunch of other cards that now from Modern Horizons that did similar things, but I don't think this should really hurt Horizon Canopy because most decks that were playing it anyway were green-white decks and want the green-white color pairing. We have cards like, again, with the Commander with Necropotence, Kokosho, Jin Katax's Korogger, Lotus Cobra, even uncommons like Mishra's Bauble with that Shadow that is starting to see a resurgence. Aether Vial's not going anywhere in Modern with both the spirits and humans that could easily have a resurgence if we do take care of the Primeval Titan and the Tron Menace with the banning of Once Upon a Time, which I am predicting is going to be banned in the next ban list for Modern. And then we even have cards that I think are incredibly well positioned in the uncommon and common slot. Cards like Windfall have gone up to $3.50. Thrawn Dynamo's back up to $5. Mindcrank back up to $2. Swift Spear back up to $2.50 because of the Pioneer. Anger of the Gods now seeing play in Pioneer. And commons like Star Compass all the way up to $1.50. So we have two commons that are above the dollar mark for Mind Stone and the Star Compass. So foil prices are also doing quite well. For Iconic Masters, we can see that like the foil Thoughtseize is double the price of the normal Thoughtseize. We have Horizon Canopy, which is almost double, and we even have some good ones in the form of like Windfall uncommons and Mishra Bauble uncommon, and even a few commons that have price tags that are reasonable, like Thoughtskyr at $2.50, Mindstone at $2. And funny that Star Compass is kind of lagging behind the foil versus the non-foil. This might make a pretty good spec in the foils for the Star Compasses from Iconic Masters. So that is just, again, just kind of a short, sweet video of why I like Iconic Masters. It is poised, in my opinion, to start selling well again. Eventually, the master sets are, in the scope of things, going to look pretty good, comparatively speaking, to some of the products that have come out. Like Wizards, you thought would get less greedy with things. They seem to be get even more greedy with equity. They are printing the secret layers, so I think they want to preserve their equity that they can squeeze out of those secret layers because it's a lot easier for them just to go to direct consumer and make 100% of the profits rather than going through distributor or local game store that each have to take a cut. So I don't know. I think that we're in good position for Iconic Masters. I'd invest in this one way before I'd invest in Ultimate Masters or Masters 25. Both of them seem to be stagnant or on a free fall. Masters 25, pretty much stagnant, 164 at the start, 168, and that's recent, like within the past couple of days where it's got a little bit of a spike. We have cards like Jace the Mind Sculptor out of Masters 25 that have been in a free fall since the printing of, or the announcement of Pioneer, and we have Ultimate Masters that continues to be such a dud set. So one of the things that was very controversial for this channel was my opinions on Ultimate Masters. I don't want to rub it in everyone's face and say I told you so, but look at the prices of Ultimate Masters, which is still a box that I can occasionally get from $350 to $400 with the box topper. So the supply of this set is still as high as Iconic Masters and Masters 25. I think we're going to see people on eBay and Amazon start unloading even more of their position with Ultimate Masters as it hasn't returned the returns that they were expecting. Whereas the sleeper set like Iconic Masters has been able just to slowly increase in value, mainly due to the Commander staples and a lot of the cards too that end up being pretty good powerhouses players in the Pioneer format in the rare slots that have added to the value of Iconic Masters. So again, shameless self-promotion, you can go and check out my Patreon over at patreon.com/roguedeckbuilder, and as soon as you sign up, even for that $2 tier, you get access to the Discord, which is where I host all of the auctions. We're actually going to start upping our game with auctions and simultaneously holding a single, so a Magic the Gathering card single. We've been auctioning off alpha cards lately, and an expedition, and I think the next one that we have is going to be a foil Ugin, and they just tend to go much cheaper than the market price of. It's a way of me giving back to my patrons, and also cutting out TCG player fees and nonsense that as a seller you have to deal with. So it's a win-win situation for myself and patrons, and we've been doing very well on the boxes. I think the last one, the Scars and Mirrodin box one, is cheap as $2.95. We've been doing some Kaladesh, we've been doing some Dark Ascension. We've got another Mirrodin Besieged coming up, and so if you're in the market for sealed booster boxes and just the market for sealed product, definitely check that out. Iconic Masters is currently on bid right now for $165. That is a steal of a deal. If you crack them, you can actually get about $184 in value, which I think this trajectory is going to stay the same as what it's now. So we're looking at the 175, 177 was the start of February, and it got all the way up to 190. I'm expecting boxes at the end of March to be up to about $200 in box value with just the amount of commander powerhouses that are in them, especially if we get all those commander sets that are coming out for my Ikoria and they need to be upgraded with, a lot of these Praetors and things like that that are in the Iconic Masters. Little update there. Come join us. We're having a lot of fun there. A lot of real-time talk too, giving my takes on, specials that I come across, and love saving you money and love to have you. Kevin with Rogue Market. Thanks for watching.